Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking through some player props I like on Prizepicks for the college football championship on Monday night. We got the season wrapping up Monday night with the championship game between Ohio State and Notre Dame, and I've got 3 player props that I do like on Prizepicks for this game that we're going to break down and discuss in this video. Since it is just one game, obviously there's not going to be a lot of props that stand out. I do have 3 plays that I'm going to give out in this video. But this is just something I would recommend playing, for fun, playing a little bit lighter. There's not going to be a ton of edge on a national championship game when the prop lines are very, very sharp at this time of the season. So still got 3 plays I like, guys, and we're going to break them down and kind of talk why I like them. But again, I would recommend playing a little bit lighter here. Just kind of play for fun, just to give you something to sweat while you watch the game. But before we do talk through these plays, as always, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, and if they do help you out, make sure to hit that like button down below, hit that subscribe button as well. And if you guys are new to the channel, and if you're new to Prizepicks, be sure to sign up for Prizepicks. Use promo code NOAH. When you sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code and place your first lineup, you'll get $50 in promo funds instantly added to your account. And I do want to shout out Prizepicks right now because they do have a free square available. As you can see on the screen, Will Howard's pass yards is set at 0.5 for this game, and this is a free pick for everyone. If you don't have an account on Prizepicks, this is just another incentive to sign up right now because you'll immediately get access to this free square. So make sure to check out Prizepicks, guys, and again, use that promo code NOAH when you do sign up. And I do also want to shout out Sleeper because we do have a partnership with Sleeper as well. You guys can sign up for Sleeper. Use promo code NOAH over there. And when you sign up for Sleeper, play your first lineup. You'll get $55 worth of free lineups once you play your first $5 lineup. So this is a new promo Sleeper's doing. Play $5, get $55. This does replace their 100% deposit match bonus that they used to do. So that was a promo that would entice you to deposit more money because the more money you put in, the bigger bonus you would get. Well, now with this promo, you can deposit the minimum and still get $55 worth of free lineups. So really cool promo Sleeper's doing. Again, you get access to that when you do sign up and use code NOAH. And I do also want to shout out Sleeper because they have a promo as well for this game. They have a free square too on Riley Leonard's pass yards at 0.5. And this is a free pick for everyone. So if you already have an account on Sleeper, you can use this free square. If you don't have an account on Sleeper, again, that's just another incentive to sign up. You see a lot of these sports books, DFS sites, they're doing promos, giving out discounts for these big time games, trying to get more people in. So you want to be taking advantage of these. Like if you're a player who wants to try and make money doing this, the easiest way and the best way to make money is to take advantage of discounts, free squares, promotions, because those are going to be easy ways to kind of build your bankroll. Definitely recommend checking out Sleeper if you guys have not yet, and sign up and use code NOAH so that way you get those $55 worth of free lineups and you get that free square on Riley Leonard's pass yards, which again is available for everyone right now on Sleeper. But yeah, guys, we got 3 props to talk about for this game on Monday night. We're going to break them down and kind of talk through why I like these plays. So first prop that we're going to take a look at that I do like in this game is going to be TreVeyon Henderson, and we're going to take TreVeyon Henderson for more than 80.5 rush plus receiving yards. So TreVeyon Henderson has been really good in the playoffs so far. He's gone over this line in all 3 of their playoff games. Had 134 rush plus receiving yards against Tennessee, had 114 against Oregon, 117 last week against Texas. He's been doing this even in tough matchups. These obviously are not good matchups at this point in the postseason. In the playoffs, you've got the best teams going up against each other. So really nobody has a good matchup at this point, in the college football season. But Henderson has shown the ability to still be explosive, still break off big plays, even against tough defenses. You look at the Tennessee game, and that game against Tennessee, he had 10 carries for 80 yards, also had 4 catches for 54 yards. Against Oregon, 8 carries for 94 yards, also had 3 catches for 20 yards. And then last week against Texas, 6 carries for 42 yards, also had 1 catch for 75 yards. So he has been incredibly efficient, in the postseason, with his touches. He's been breaking off big plays, breaking off long runs. Henderson's averaging over 7 yards per carry this season, so he's been really efficient on the ground. And he's also a really good pass catcher. He's a guy that Ohio State will use a lot in the passing game. On the other hand, their other running back, Quinshon Judkins, doesn't get as much usage in the passing game. So, even though this is a game that Ohio State is favored in by like 8 or 9 points, I still think we're going to see TreVeyon Henderson get some usage in the passing game. And in a scenario where Ohio State does get a big lead or something, if they are playing with a lead, which again, they're favorites in this game, you will still see TreVeyon Henderson getting carries, getting work on the ground. Last week, he outsnapped Quinshon Judkins Judkins played 30 snaps. Henderson played 32 snaps. You're going to see both those guys get plenty of playing time. But Henderson has definitely been the more effective running back so far in the playoffs. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see him get more opportunity here than Judkins does. I do like TreVeyon Henderson for more than 80.5 rush plus receiving yards here. I know the matchup against Notre Dame, not the greatest. Notre Dame's defense is very good, not surprising. But Henderson's been super efficient in the postseason. He's been very efficient with his touches, getting usage both on the ground and through the air. I like him for more than 80.5 rush plus receiving yards here. And I was looking at FanDuel's line on TreVeyon Henderson. They have his rush plus receiving yards set at 85.5. So we're getting a little bit of a discount at 80.5 on Prizepicks. So that's our first prop for Monday night. And then the next prop I like is another rush plus receiving yards. We're going to take Ainias Williams for more than 32.5 rush plus receiving yards. So Notre Dame is also a team that will involve multiple running backs. You'll see Jeremiah Love most likely lead this team in touches at the running back position. You'll see Jadarian Price get some opportunity as well. And then Ainias Williams, he's technically their RB3, but he's been really, really good when he's gotten touches. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see this be a game where Williams gets a little bit more opportunity, especially in a scenario where Notre Dame is playing from behind, because when Notre Dame's playing from behind, that's really good for Ainias Williams because he's a really good pass catcher. Last week in their playoff game against Georgia, Ainias Williams was really good as a pass catcher. Not only did he have, he only had 4 rushing yards in that game, or it wasn't the Georgia game, it was the Penn State game. So in the game against Penn State last week, Ainias Williams was really effective as a pass catcher. He had 5 catches, I believe, for 66 yards. 66 yards. 5 catches for 66 yards last week. Also did have 2 carries for 17 yards. When Williams has gotten opportunity this season, he has been really good. He's averaging over 6 yards per carry. In the playoffs, in their game against Indiana, he had 4 carries for 24 yards, also had 4 catches for 15 yards. The game against Georgia wasn't as good, only 2 carries for 4 yards, 2 catches for 5 yards. But then bounced back last week against Penn State, 2 carries for 17 yards, 5 catches for 66 yards. Again, with Notre Dame being touchdown underdogs in this game, I think 8 or 9 point underdogs, this definitely sets up as a game script where they probably will be playing from behind. And in scenarios where Notre Dame does get behind, Ainias Williams should benefit because, again, they use him a lot in the passing game. He can also get a couple carries, too, and he has been really efficient when he's gotten carries this season. He doesn't get a ton of usage on the ground. He'll probably only get like 2 or 3 carries, but he's been able to break off long runs when he's gotten the opportunity as a runner. I could definitely see him going over this line, though, just from receiving yards. I mean, last week he had 66 receiving yards, but I do like adding the rush plus receiving just because if he does get like 3 or 4 carries, he could definitely give you like 15, 20 yards on the ground to go along with what he gets through the air. And, even though Notre Dame does have 3 running backs that they'll use, Jadarian Price, their RB2, he is really he's nothing in the passing game. Like, they don't give him much usage at all in the passing game. So in a scenario where Notre Dame does get behind, I think that's really going to hurt Jadarian Price because all season, Jadarian Price has only caught 4 passes. So he's probably going to get scripted out of the game if Notre Dame does wind up trailing this game. Now, if Notre Dame comes out here and gets a big lead, which would be surprising, but if that does happen, that's probably not going to be great for Ainias Williams. But I'm going to play into the game script where Notre Dame gets behind, they're forced to throw, and that will lead to Ainias Williams getting plenty of opportunity, especially as a pass catcher, which he's been really good at. Definitely could see him playing more than Jadarian Price, who has not really done much at all in this season in the passing game. He could definitely get scripted off the field here. So I do like Ainias Williams for more than 32.5 rush plus receiving yards. And also, FanDuel Sportsbook, they have their line on Ainias Williams set at 36.5. So I'm getting a little bit of a lower line here on Prizepicks as well at 32.5. Like that is our second prop for the game. And then the third and final prop that I like is a fantasy score line. And we're going to take Riley Leonard for more than 16.5 fantasy score. So Riley Leonard is a really good quarterback from a fantasy perspective because he's not only a guy that is going to get you points as a passer, but he's also a really good rushing quarterback. He's a guy that gets a lot of carries around the goal line, so he has a lot of touchdown equity as a runner. This season, Riley Leonard does have 16 rushing touchdowns. So anytime Notre Dame gets in the red zone near the goal line, they'll run quarterback powers, quarterback draws, design runs for Riley Leonard. Last week, he did have a rushing touchdown against Penn State, and I'm pretty sure that was on a design run for him. He also had a rushing touchdown in their playoff game against Indiana. You look at his game log, he's gone over this fantasy score line in 4 of his last 5 games. Now, for what it's worth, the day that I took his over fantasy score was the day they played Georgia, and that was the day that he went under. Go figure. But other than the Georgia game, he's been really, really good. And if you look at the Georgia game, I mean, I would say the reason he went under is just because he only had one passing touchdown in that game and only had 90 passing yards. Now, he was really good as a runner. He did have 80 rushing yards in the game against Georgia, but only one passing touchdown. Didn't even throw for 100 yards. We've seen Riley Leonard be a little bit better as a passer lately. Did have 223 pass yards last week. Did have 201 against Indiana. This is another prop that I do like on Riley Leonard is more than 175.5 pass yards, because I do think this will be a game script where Notre Dame does get behind and will be forced to throw. And Leonard, he's shown an ability as a passer lately, but I do like his fantasy score the most just because Riley Leonard not only can give you points as a passer but also as a runner. And he just has so much touchdown equity because when they get near the goal line, when they get in the red zone, they call a ton of design runs for Riley Leonard to give him rushing touchdowns. So there's a lot of ways where he can get you 16.5 fantasy points, and he could definitely get you 16.5 fantasy points without throwing for 175 yards. Because if he throws for like 100 yards and a touchdown, and then he has like 30, 40 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown, well, that's obviously going to be enough for him to go over that fantasy score line. You can see he's only gone over the pass yards in 2 of his last 5 games. But his fantasy score, he's gone over in 4 of his last 5. I like fantasy score the most on Riley Leonard, but I think his over on 175 pass yards also looks pretty good here. Just expecting more of a pass-heavy game script for Notre Dame, in a game where they're almost double-digit underdogs. So these are going to be the 3 props, guys, that we roll with for the College Football Championship game on Monday night. Should be a lot of fun. I'm excited for this one. Again, guys, since it's only one game, would recommend not going too crazy here. Wouldn't be playing a bunch of units on this. I played pretty light on this play. I would recommend playing light as well. But I did still want to come on here, give you guys some props I did like for this game, since I know a lot of you are going to be watching it and a lot of you guys are going to want some props to sweat out. But as always, appreciate you guys watching these Prizepicks videos, supporting the content. Hope you guys have enjoyed all the content that I've put out this college football season. Again, it's my first year doing college football content, so I'm a bit new to this, but I've tried to put in the research, put in the hours to give you guys the best plays I can, and I'll be looking forward to next season as well, trying to be even better next season than this season. So hope you guys have enjoyed all the college football content this year. If you have enjoyed the content, just hit that like button for me. That's all that I ask. Also, if you're new here and you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button too. Plus, if you guys are new to Prizepicks, remember, you can sign up for Prizepicks, use promo code NOAH. Not only get $50 in promo funds instantly, but you can also get access to this free square on Will Howard's pass yards at 0.5. Free pick Prizepicks is giving you. It's available for everyone, so you want to be playing these free picks, these free squares anytime you can get them. That's another incentive to sign up right now, is to get access to that free square on Will Howard's pass yards. But that's all that I got for tonight for this game, guys. Best of luck on this slate. Appreciate you guys watching as always. Let's make some money, and I'll see you guys in the next video.